Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube.com. It is Michael Fletcher, and the whole crew is here tonight with Anthony Florio, Michael Bullock, and Dee Woodson. And guys, we got a lot to talk about here tonight. Smackdown Live, the go home show, 2 Money in the Bank was held tonight. And then we also have some Lucha Underground news. And I will also get into some New Japan Pro Wrestling and what undoubtedly is now the new fight of the year in 2017. Everybody's been talking about it. It is the epic rematch. The Rainmaker, Okada versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the World. And it was the battle, the rematch from Wrestle Kingdom all the way back on January 4. And ladies and gentlemen, you thought this fight was epic. The first time they went about 45 minutes. It went over 1 hour. How epic was it? Let's just say the 5-star rating is not even in effect. I have to go beyond 5 stars. I'll get into that later tonight. So with that said, you know what time it is. It's SmackDown. It is the go-home show from the Smoothie King Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana, exclusively on the USA Network. And, well, we started it out with basically, I guess, a promo segment. It had basically the New Day, Breezango, and the Usos. There's a nice little back and forth, and everything was going on. Nice promo, nothing bad to say about it. I definitely enjoyed it. And it also led to our first fight of the night, which was an 8-man tag team fight, which was the Fashion Police, Breezango, and the New Day against the Usos and the Colognes. And when it was all said and done, the winners of the bout were the New and the Fashion Police. I'm sorry about that. I kind of got I'm trying to see if I can get this. I can't get it off. I don't know why. I don't know where that even popped up from, but okay. So good match, solid fight. Um, I guess nothing more to say here. So Anthony Floyo, I'm just gonna give it to you.
Well, I'll tell you, MF, the Usos and New Day were nearly having a good promo there until the rest of the teams came out. Fashion Police got no response for their promo, and the Colognes managed to be even worse. Maybe New Orleans isn't the place for people to politely chuckle at weird WWE meta humor. As far as the match is concerned, Bullock and I had our SmackDown live chat tonight, and I think we're going to, and I believe we agreed we were going to give this about 2.5 to 3 stars for the effort. Second best fight of the night, no doubt about it. The Colognes were the obvious choice to take the loss here. The match was fun in spots, but fell into the TV tag match formula of sell, breakdown, and finish. They did manage to give the New Day a win and keep the Usos clean, so it worked in that respect. So I could see Fashion Police and Colognes possibly being added to Money in the Bank, maybe during the kickoff show, maybe. I don't know. Because we know we're going to get New Day and Usos for the Tag Team Championship, and I think that's got potential to be something really good. And with the New Day going over, it leads me to believe that the Usos are going to hold on to the titles, but we'll get more into that in a couple of days or so. So that's really all I can say there. So segment was fine for what it was, but for me, the match, second best, 2.5 to 3. So Michael Bullock, Phenom, come on in. We had our SmackDown live chat tonight, and we had a lot of fun with this 8-man, especially that Xavier Woods Tope Con Hilo.
Oh, yes, we certainly had a lot of fun with that. The promo segment, I thought was fine for what it was. Nothing really amazing about it. So, yeah, as far as the match is concerned, I mean, yeah, it was definitely a 2.5 to 3 star bout, to say the very least. I mean, you know all about the Usos and what the New Day can bring. I mean, I thought the Breezango and the Colognes were fine in this match, but nothing really amazing about it. and I do agree with the New Day going over. It makes you believe that the Usos are probably going to hang on to the SmackDown Live tag team titles this Sunday at Money in the Bank. What do we think? Well, like Florio just mentioned, you'll get our thoughts on it when we have our Money in the Bank preview edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk on Thursday night. So, segment was fine. The match 2.5 to 3 stars. Twisted Angel, Dee Dee Woodson, come on in. Give us your thought on the promo and the match itself.
Promo was fine. I mean, the New Day, really kind of jazzed it up with having the band play the men. Usos were, really good on the mic as usual. Breezango, Cologne's okay. I do agree with the rating on the match, 2.5 to 3 stars. Not much more I had to say about it, so it's yours, Flet.
All right, and the next fight of the night that we had was a non-title match. The reigning, defending SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi goes up against one of the 3 members of the Welcoming Committee, or the Sweet Valley High Mean Girls, Tamina Snuka, and the winner of the bout in 5 minutes and 54 seconds unofficially, the reigning and defending champion, Naomi, gets the victory. However, once the fight was over, Lana showed up and jumped the champion. The lasting image we had on this night was Lana had the possession of the SmackDown Women's title over her head, much to the delight of a lot of the men in the room. Not so much with the ladies, probably cursing her to the high heavens. All right. But Anthony Florio.
Yeah. I'll tell you, MF. I got to say about 1 to 1.5 for the effort here. Lana was a bit clumsy looking in her debut. I guess I cannot be shocked by that, but I was hoping for a little more confident performance from her. Hopefully Sunday is better than I expect, but I must admit I don't have much confidence that we're going to get an instant classic from Naomi and Lana. But hey, what about that move that Lana hit on Naomi? Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, where did that come from? Unbelievable. So, well, I'm torn on this one. I mean, we could have another case of booking 101 here since Lana got the better of Naomi here. But I'm starting to think otherwise. I'm starting to think that maybe WWE is going to pull the trigger and put the SmackDown Women's Championship on Lana. I mean, hey, they put the WWE Championship on Jinder Mahal, didn't they? Nobody gave him a chance, and look what happened. He's the WWE Champion. Nobody's giving Lana a chance. Who knows? Maybe Sunday night they do the same thing like they did to Jinder, and then like they did for the modern day Maharaja, and we get to see the Ravishing Russian as the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. Could happen. I'll let you know if it will happen on Thursday night. So 1 to 1.5 stars, probably by default the worst fight of the night if I'm going to be real honest with you. So with that being said, Michael Bullock, Naomi and Lana, we talked about this, of course, during our SmackDown chat. And how about Lana hitting that insane move on Naomi there? Wow.
Yeah, as far as the match goes, I'll give it 1 to 1.5 stars, and yeah, by default, this was the worst fight of the night, to say the very least. But yeah, we had Lana at ringside, and then after the match, she jumped her from behind and then hit that move on her. So yeah, I mean, obviously with this, you think that with the booking 101, that Naomi is probably going to go over and retain the SmackDown Women's title. But, and here's the but, and Florio just mentioned it, nobody gave Jinder Mahal a chance. We all thought Randy Orton was going to retain the WWE title. And look what happened. They actually put the title on Jinder Mahal. And look where Jinder is now. So couldn't they actually pull the trigger and put the title on Lana? I'm going back and forth on this. I mean, I'm really gonna need some time on this. Because I got a feeling if I go with Naomi, and next thing you know, Lana could end up walking out the SmackDown Women's Champion. So who do I think is going to win? You're going to have to wait and find out come Thursday night during our preview. So 1.5 stars by default, the worst fight of the night. So Twisted Angel, Dee Woodson, our resident women's expert. Your thoughts on this?
I'm not going to say anything real super negative about it because it was storyline building mainly between Naomi and Lana. But there is one thing that we all have to remember, and I think we all kind of forgot during the Orton and Jinder match. Never say never. They did put it on Jinder, so yes, there is that chance that it may end up on the women's title may end up on Lana. But if it does, there's a good chance that she will be a paper champion that night as well, depending upon if one of these 5 lucky ladies decides to cash that briefcase in the same night, because we all know how Money in the Bank goes. Most of the time, the winner of the Money in the Bank also, when they cash it in, wins the title. So there's no telling what's going to come of these 2 matches, because they are, in my opinion, they're pretty linked for the pay-per-view. So we'll have to wait and see what we all decide on the preview show. But for me, I'm going to agree with the rating 1 to 1.5, and just go from there. Because like I said, that SmackDown lived up to their to what they always do, and that's build storylines. And this was a good show, and even if the matches do rate low, at least they have a good storyline base behind it. So whoever's next, take it.
All right, and we're just going to move on. So the next thing we had was, a promo segment, face-to-face. It was Jinder Mahal with Randy Orton, and these men just went at it, and, this was what we waited for. This was highly talked about during the week, so Dee Woodson, you get to lead off on this. So what did you think about the
I thought I led off on it.
I'm sorry.
I think he does.
Sorry. Yeah, so Mike, I'm sorry, Michael Bullock, it's all on you then.
Yeah, that's all right, Fletch. Yeah, you probably had a busy night at work, so yeah, yeah, to me, I think this was the segment of the night as far as I'm concerned here. Yeah, Jinder Mahal comes out and basically cuts a promo. I mean, talking about what he's gonna do to Randy Orton, whatsoever, and then was preparing to speak in his language to his people, and then all of a sudden we hear Randy Orton's music. The Singh brothers were basically coming out ready to. We're going outside to await Randy Orton, but wait, Fletch, you've been waiting for this. We got an RKO out of nowhere. That is right. Randy Orton snuck up from behind and hit Jinder Mahal with an RKO out of nowhere.
A picture perfect RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. A picture perfect RKO out of nowhere. And Fletch, you have to go your way to see this. Because that was just picture perfect right there. So yeah, so obviously booking 101 here is obviously going to have Jinder Mahal retain the WWE Championship this Sunday. So, but we'll have to wait and see. So, segment of the night, Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Totally agree. Not going to say too much more on it. So, Florio, I guess it's yours.
Oh man, yep. I do agree. It was the segment of the night, not because of Jinder's promo by any means. It was because of that picture perfect RKO out of nowhere. Bullock and I, we gushed over that, and we kept saying to ourselves, we can't wait for the show. We can't wait for the show because we got to tell MF about this, because we know how much MF loves a good RKO out of nowhere. MF, this was not a good RKO out of nowhere. It was a picture perfect RKO out of nowhere. You got to see it to believe it, man. It was absolutely, he nailed it. Mahal and Orton, they're limping into Money in the Bank, but I think, like I said, the RKO out of nowhere, far and away my favorite moment of this feud. The promo work has left a lot to be desired, tonight included. Mahal just comes out and repeats himself every week like he's got some kind of tautological disorder. Orton's sudden reverence for legends and focus on his hometown really make the outcome of this match feel somewhat telegraphed for Jinder Mahal. And especially if you didn't see the little dirt sheet video that Derek Ferreira posted on his Boston Sports Fan 84 yesterday regarding Jinder Mahal's possible SummerSlam plans. Oh my. That's all I can say on that. We don't want to give too much of that away. So, default segment of the night, but it's not because of, like I said, it was not because of Mahal's promo work. Honestly, it was the picture perfect RKO out of nowhere. Absolutely spot on. MF, wait till you see it. You're going to be blown away. Let's move on.
All right. Okay. So with that said, we do actually get the next segment of the night, and actually it's the next match of the evening, as it was, okay, I know Anthony loves this rivalry. This is a Tony special on this one. Natalia, another member of the Welcoming Committee, a.k.a. the Sweet Valley High Mean Girls, against Charlotte Flair. The winner of the bout was Charlotte Flair. She gets the victory. All right, Anthony, I guess actually, Dee Woodson, it's all on you, the voice of the women's division. And this was one of those battles back in the day that was very good. Even one of their NXT fights was actually ranked really well in our eyes. What did you think about tonight?
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good one. I mean, I'm not going to say that it was the same quality as their NXT battle, but I'll give it maybe a 2.5 to 3. I don't know if anybody else will agree with me, but I thought it was very good. Like I said, it's another one of these storyline building matches where we're setting up for the ladies ladder match for Money in the Bank. So, I don't have a lot of bad to say about any of the SmackDown ladies tonight. That they all brought their A game to a point and fulfilled what they were supposed to do as far as their storyline commitments went. So, not much more I have to say about it. So, Florio, it's yours.
Solid 2.5 to 3 stars. I agree with that rating, Dee Woodson. You're absolutely right. And yes, Tony special indeed. It definitely delivered. I mean, I liked the Natalia Charlotte match. It had a good pace, didn't have a lot of execution mistakes, and it did not overstay its welcome. I mean, what else is there to say except, I mean, this is why right now the SmackDown Live women's division is a cut above the rest and far and away better than that dumpster fire known as the Raw women's division. And if you saw that, it's not been a good couple of weeks for the Raw women. I'll tell you that right now. And the SmackDown Live women, they've taken full advantage of the Raw women's inability to deliver. And well, the Naomi and Tamina one was, okay. It wasn't anything special, but this one was definitely far and away better. And it progressed both storylines in the women's division. Naomi and Lana for the women's championship. And then, of course, the first ever women's Money in the Bank ladder match coming up on Sunday night in St. Louis. I mean, it's anybody's guess who can win it right now. I mean, I remember Michael Bullock told me earlier he read the preview on WWE.com, and a couple of the writers actually had the balls to go with Carmella to win the match. And I know Michael Bullock was not too thrilled about that, and I know we're going to get into that when we get to him in a minute. But anywho, I'll let you know who my favorite is for the SmackDown Women's Division for that Money in the Bank ladder match on Thursday. But for right now, this match was 2.5 to 3. I would probably say by a smidge, it was the third best fight of the night for me. So Charlotte and Natalya, they deliver again. Of course, the NXT match was far and away the best they ever had. So they're never going to have another match like that again, or let alone better. So well done, girls. Well done. So 2.5 to 3, Michael Bullock. We get to you and say what you want about these two, man, but they delivered a very good match, and we actually had a little bit of some fun with this during our SmackDown live chat tonight.
Yeah, I agree. This was definitely a 2.5 to 3-star match. I mean, and by a smidge, this was the third best fight of the night, and yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, the women certainly delivered here on this match, and yeah, I mean, as far as well, like I said, like Floria just said, I'll let you know who I think is going to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And when I read the WWE.com predictions for Money in the Bank, a couple actually had the balls to go with Carmella. I'll tell you what, right now, that is not who I have winning this match. I can tell you that right now. So there's really nothing more to say except 2.5 to 3 stars. So Fletch, I give it to you.
And now we shift gears to the main event of the evening. An 8-man, well, actually, it's a 6-man tag team match. It's with all the participants in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It was the United States Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Owens, and the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin versus the phenomenal AJ Styles, the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn, and the artist formerly known as the King of the Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. The winners of the bout was AJ Styles, Nakamura, and Sami Zayn, as it was Sami Zayn hitting the Haluva kick on Baron Corbin for the 1, 2, 3, but then all hell broke loose. Everybody started going for the briefcase. Everybody was brawling all over the place, but the lasting image of this night was Shinsuke Nakamura he assembled the ladder, went up, and he grabbed the briefcase. Could he be doing that again on Sunday night? We'll wait and find out. But until then, Anthony Florio, our main event of the evening.
Lucky me. Fight of the night, no doubt about it, hands down. 3.25 to 3.5 stars. Not much notable about the match, but with Nakamura grabbing the briefcase, I think that generally rules him out for Sunday, booking 101, don't you know? And I have a surprise prediction as to who I think is going to win that match, and I'll let you know about that on Sunday night. But I don't see Nakamura winning it.
You mean Thursday night?
I can tell you that. Yeah, Thursday night. Booking 101. I don't see Nakamura winning it. I wonder if that means Nakamura might be going after Kevin Owens in the United States Heavyweight Championship next. And maybe we get 2 other big matches for SummerSlam, which I really don't want to give too much away on. So yeah, I don't know what else there is to say there, except this was hands down the fight of the night. Great action throughout. And 16 minutes and 11 seconds, the time of the bout. So Sami Zayn with the Haluva kick, or as I call it, the hell of a kick, as I call it. But No, and then all hell breaks loose after the match, and I'm very curious, MF, if we ever did commentary and we saw Shinsuke Nakamura hit the Kinshasa, would you go nuts for it the same way Corey Graves would? I'm sure you would. So I know you would. So
is that an actual question? Are you like trying to ask me a legit question on that?
Yeah, I'm just very curious because I always I told Bullet when we did our SmackDown live chat when we saw Nakamura hit the Kinshasa during that post-match mayhem, I said, you know what, Bullock? I swear I could hear MF yelling out Kinshasa like Corey Graves would. Come on, admit it. You do it just as much as he would, or even better.
I probably would attempt it. Yeah, I probably would attempt it. Yes,
I knew you would. But nonetheless, 3.25, 3.5 stars. Fight of the night. Nothing more to say. So, Michael Bullock, on to you. Your thoughts on the main event, Kinshasa.
I'll give it 3.5 stars, and this was definitely the fight of the night without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, I love the action here, and after the match with the everybody trying to grab a ladder, attacking each other with it, and trying to go for the briefcase, and Nakamura ends up getting the briefcase. So, booking 101, I could definitely say it's Shinsuke Nakamura is not going to win it, but you never know. Maybe they might actually go with it, but we'll just have to wait and see come Sunday night. So 3.5 stars, fight of the night. Twisted Angel, GD Winston, your thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 stars. It was really a great match. Definitely great storyline builder there after the match with everybody kind of imploding on each other, and attacking each other. This is another one where you can say never, because we have had people immediately pulled up from NXT and winning the title, so that there's no question that he has a chance. But if you do look at the booking 101 issue, then yeah, he would be out of the title picture, even though he's in this match. But like I said, never say never with wrestling, because they have a tendency to throw a wrench in it at the last minute and change things up without anyone even batting an eye. But yeah, it was a very good match. They all managed to seem to work together in their respective teams during the match, and then, like I said, after the match was over, every man for himself, just like it's going to be. They keep saying Ziggler has the biggest or the greatest chance of winning this. But at the same time, this is something they also stressed, is that, this is kind of Corbin's style of match where, where you're kind of just out there on your own and you're just brawling. So, that it also kind of leans a lot towards him as well. So, it's anybody's game at this point. Nobody really has an advantage out of these men here. So we'll just see what happens as we grow closer to pay-per-view time this Sunday. So, Fletch, let's move on.
It's time for the overall review, guys. So whoever wants to take it, go ahead. It's open formed.
I'll start it off. Solid 8 out of 10 for me. Main event, clearly fight of the night, no doubt about it. And then we had 2 other good quality matches with the 8-man tag and Charlotte and Natalya. Storyline progression at its finest here tonight. Randy Orton's picture perfect RKO out of nowhere, unbelievable. The only really, well, that promo, that, I mean, they hyped that as a face-to-face, and we really didn't get much of a face-to-face. It was just Mahal keeping, doing his usual routine week after week, and then Orton hitting that RKO out of nowhere, picture perfect, I might add. And then the only other meh thing on the show tonight was that Naomi and Tamina match. That was not really anything special. So other than that, I mean, I got no other complaints. I mean, this show tonight was far and away better than that dumpster fire of a show last night. So, and that was one of the better go-home shows I've seen in a long while. So, solid 8 out of 10 for me. So whoever wants it next, take it.
I'll take it. I agree. This is an 8 out of 10 for me, and this was a gazillion times better than that dumpster fire of a show called Monday Night Raw with that show they had last night. Don't get me started on that, because I will. Don't get me started about last night's Raw, because I will go off on that. So, yeah, the only really downside was the Naomi Tamina match. Other than that, all the other stuff that happened tonight, I had no problems with. So 8 out of 10 for me. Dee Woodson, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'll agree with the rating. Yeah, the first match, wasn't much of of anything there other than the storyline progression. Jinder and Orton, basically it was just like what they were griping with Alexa about, where you go out and you just run your mouth, and that's pretty much what he's doing. The only other thing I could probably do without on this show, which we didn't even touch on because it's a promo segment, would be the Fashion File stuff. I'm kind of getting tired of the black and white old type, whatever you want to call this little fashion cop segment crap they got. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be funny and everything, but it's, they're pushing it now to the point, for me personally, go away, I'm tired of you, let's try something else. So, other than that, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I'm with Bullock. Don't get me started on last night, just like I said last night, because you won't get me to shut up, because that was one of the shows that you would want to go down to WWE headquarters and set up a bunch of C4 and just blow it up, because they pretty much blew it. And I don't want to imagine what their go-home show is going to be like, because I don't think they'll be able to compete with this go-home show at all. This was WWE at their finest when they're at the top of their game, compared to what last night was when they're at the bottom of their game. So, not much more I had to say, so I'll see you guys Thursday night. So have a great night, guys.
All right. Thank you very much, Dee, as always. And yes, indeed. Have a wonderful evening, as she will now depart for us for the evening. And now we are going to shift gears, because it is time for the Mikey's Mindset. And, well, we're going to start it off with Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground went down this Wednesday night, this past Wednesday. And it was definitely one of those moments, guys, because this time around it got serious in this episode. But it was practically the rematch. It was to finish off the trilogy. It was called Sudden Death. That's right. It was a sudden death fight. It was Johnny Mundo versus the Mac one more time for the Lucha Underground heavyweight title. This was the continuation of the up all night fight that we had, or all night long is what they called it. And remember, the fight ended in a 3-3 draw. This match was practically the same thing. Up all night, falls count anywhere, and it was one fall to a finish. It did not matter if it went all night again. But the winner of the bout, and still Lucha Underground World Champion Johnny Mundo, he finally puts away the Mac. Unofficially, it's 4-3, but because it was a one fall sudden death, it ends right there. Big win for Johnny Mundo, and he successfully defends the titles. Now, the next fight we had was the Snake Tribe, Cabra Moon, Pindar, and Vibora versus Aerostar, Drago, and Phoenix for the Lucha Underground Trios Championship. The winners of the bout and new Lucha Underground Trios Champion, the Snake Tribe, wins the titles. They stun the fans in Boyle Heights, and the Temple were absolutely stunned in this, but a big win for him. I should say, congratulations to Cabra Moon, Pindar, and Fabroya, new Lucha Underground Trios champions. And then in the main event, in a Boyle Heights street fight, the man of 1,000 deaths, Mil Muertes, accompanied by the sexy and lovely, I hope my wife someday, Katrina, but they went up against Prince Puma. The winner of the bout was Prince Puma. Oh man, this fight was epic. Oh, was this good? I had nothing bad to say about this fight. This was unbelievable match, unbelievable fight. Overall, my rating for this event was another 8 out of 10. I gotta call it. They just really hit on all cylinders. I had nothing bad to say about this one. So let's just move on. Okay, this is the one that you guys have been waiting for. Dominion, New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is the one that everybody's been talking about all week long. And now let me get into the official fight card. First off, that was a 8-man tag team fight. And in this fight, we had was Tiger Mask W, Magawe, and Nata. And they went up against Tenzin, Mishube Nisaki, Satorito Koma, and Jushin Thunder Liger. The winners of the bout was the Tiger Mask team. Tiger Mask W gets the victory. Good match. Solid fight. Great way to start the event. Nothing more to say about that. We're just going to move on. Okay, now we had the gauntlet match for the never open weight 6-man tag team championship. The fight started with Team Chaos and Team Bullet Club. Bullet Club got eliminated. Then Team Chaos went up against Team Suki Gun, and Suki Gun's team eliminated Team Chaos. The next thing we had was Tachi Japan versus Suki Gun, and Tachi Japan advanced, knocking out Suki Gun when Tenchi knocked out Juice Robinson, and then it was Tenchi's Japan versus Los Ignobles de Japón. Bushi gets the victory. Los Ignobles de Japón wins the bout at 18 minutes and 39 seconds. Good gauntlet fight. Nothing bad to say about it. Good matchup. Congratulations to them. Let's just move on to the next fight of the night. Okay. Now, we had was for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero versus Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, representing the Elite and the Bullet Club, the winners of the bout, and new IWGP Junior Tag Team Heavyweight Champions, the Young Bucks. They regained the belts from the team that they lost at Wrestle Kingdom. This was a Wrestle Kingdom rematch, and the Young Bucks gets the belts next. We had was for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, the Gorillas of Destiny, Tomotaga and Tagaroya versus the War Machine, Hanson and Rowe, formerly of Ring of Honor, the winners of the bout, and new IWGP Tag Team Heavyweight Champions, the Gorillas of Dynasty. They win the belts. Good, solid fight. Nothing more to say about this. Let's just move on to the next match, which was Unbreakable Michael Elgin goes one-on-one with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The winner of the bout was Cody Rhodes. Good match. About 2.5 stars. I think it could have been a little more better, but, you know, it was fine for what it was worth. Nothing more to say about this. So we're just going to move on to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match, as it was Takahashi versus Kushida, the winner of the bout, and the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Kushida wins the bout. 20 minutes. My goodness, what a match this was. Nothing more to say. This was without a doubt a 3 to 3.5 star fight. Unbelievable match. And yeah, this was amazing. Then we had a lumberjack death match for the Never Openweight Championship. The reigning champion, Minoru Suzuki, the leader of Sukigun, goes up against Hiroto Gato, representing Chaos, the winner of the bout, and still the IWGP Never Openweight Champion, Minoru Suzuki. This was a decent fight. I'm going to say about between 2.5 and 3 stars. Nothing bad to say. Now we're going to get into the co-main event of the evening. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Intercontinental title. The winner of the bout and new IWGP Intercontinental Champion, Hiroshi Tanahashi. The ace wins the fight. 4 to 4.5 stars. This was amazing. It was even better than the Wrestle Kingdom battle. I had nothing bad to say about this match. This was freaking I loved it. I couldn't believe how amazing this was. And it led us into the main event of the evening. Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship of the World. The fight ends in a time limit draw. They fought for 60 minutes nonstop, and the fight ended in a draw. I told you 5 stars and beyond. I can't even give this. It's beyond 5 stars. Dave Metzer gave it 7 stars for this fight and called it one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time. Is absolutely correct. This is not only a fight of the year, this could go down as one of the greatest fights in the 21st century. That's how big I'm going to go. This is a fight that may never, ever be topped in any wrestling organization, in any wrestling profession in the world. I mean, this has to go up there as one of the greatest performances in the history of the world. That's how epic I'm going. I have to implore you to do whatever you can to watch this fight. I mean, get the New Japan Pro Wrestling subscription on the NJPW World. Get it. Pay the $8 a month for this fight alone. Get it. If you got the WWE Network subscription, cancel it right now. Get rid of it. Get NJPW World right now and watch this match. This was better than Wrestle Kingdom. It went beyond Wrestle Kingdom. Wrestle Kingdom got left in the dust. This is better than any match WWE has put out this year, any match TNA has put out this year, and it's been better than any match I've ever witnessed in my life. That's how epic this fight was. This is better than anything I saw from any type of wrestling, from Rhode Island wrestling, when we saw the Danger Boy Alfredo and Gorgeous Gio Giovanni and that epic battle, that 5-star classic. It was better than that. It's been better than any match I've ever seen in my life. Yes, I'll even say it was more epic than Michaels versus Triple H from the 2002 SummerSlam. And you already know where we rank that in our minds of one of the greatest matches in wrestling history. It's even better than the Miracle at the Bourbon Street that Daniel Bryan won in the when he won that title at WrestleMania. It's beyond that. Any match you throw at me, it's better. Better than Steamboat and Flair. Better than Steamboat and Macho Man WrestleMania 3. It is without a doubt the highest benchmark you can ever put in wrestling history. It is now, in my mind, and I think in a lot of people's mind, the greatest professional wrestling match in the history of professional wrestling. Period. End of quotation. I am done. All right. With that said, that puts a bow on strictly on the Wrestling Forum presents Cerebral Smack Talk. Thank you so much. As always, we do have a loaded show on we have a loaded show because Thursday night we got the recap, or the preview I should say, of the WWE's Money in the Bank. We will give you all the detail on all the matches, give you our predictions, what we feel about the card. It's going to be a home run, or is it going to be a swing and a miss? I think it'll be a good show. I think it's going to be a lot more better than what you see on Monday Night Raw, what Raw's been throwing at us lately. So we got that. Friday night we do have is strictly sports. So just give me one moment so I can hit the docket on you guys, because we do have a lot. I do know for sure we're going to be recapping. We actually will be recapping the NBA Finals. We're going to be recapping the Stanley Cup Final as well, because of the fact that they both have ended. We also have a brand new head coach in Ohio State for the men's basketball team. Bob Stoops retired as the head coach of Oklahoma, and I wish Dee Dee Woodson would have been here because I would love to get her 2 cents on that. 3 Michigan State players got in trouble with the law. Yeah, got charged with sexual assault. Yeah, that might be our outrage moment. I know they said no outrage, but something tells me there is going to be outrage on that. And then, yes, we do have the Major League Baseball Power Rankings, 10:30 Eastern on both fronts for the Money in the Bank preview on Thursday night and for Strictly Sports on Friday. It is going to happen at 10:30 Eastern, so please note the time for the preview of Braves Fan 95 on Strictly Sports, as always, on the Tone 25. No show on Saturday. Sunday night, we're back here again on Braves Fan 95 at 11 p.m. Eastern as we recap Money in the Bank. And then 1 week, Monday night on the Tone 25, it's Ridiculously Raw. Anthony Floyer will be covering Monday Night Raw. We'll all be covering Raw. Then he's got his Tony's Take 205 Live and on TNA Impact Wrestling, and then come back here 1 week from tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Please note the time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 1 week from tonight. We'll hit you up with another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. Busy for the next week or so, so I hope you guys hang in there. We definitely will provide you with some great content, as always. Sports and Wrestling Forum family of networks can only provide. All right, guys, so that's it for Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, for D.D. Woodson. I'm Michael Fletcher. Thank you so much for watching this. Leave a comment at the bottom of the video, like the video, share with all your friends on all social media platforms around the world. And until then, for Thursday night, you know the routine. Jose and Pounds, we're out. Have a good night, everybody, and so long.